You may have a strong pledge, but sometimes it's just not possible to continue with it for a day. Say, imagine you have decided to write a diary every day. You have been following it for around 3 months continuous, that too on a positive side. But on one day, you happen to be out of town, you have forgotten your diary, and somehow you didn't manage to get the time. And it's not just one day, maybe more than that. And now there is a gap of more than 3 4 days. You come back, there's some other plan which has been pending for that duration. Now you're with family and they're accompanying you to some place, say market. For that day too, you return quite late and there is no time left. Now it's 4 5 days. It feels bad because they say when you interrupt in between your routine, it takes you back. In fact, you don't just stop, but actually take a step backwards. You can feel the polish that had been developed for that period has lost its sheen, lost its quality. And to get back to its track, it takes time. And this is where the determination to keep going on continues. Now, the example I just said was from my story, and this week has been turbulent. I've been traveling to out of station, and it's been more than 3 4 days since this video making has been discontinued. I had made a video in advance before leaving, and for 3 4 days I continuously recorded 2 videos every day. That happened for 2 days, and now again the next day I had to go to the market, and there was this discontinuation. Today it's been late when I'm starting, but again it has to go. And the thing that is hurting me is, though I have continued with my routine of producing the video, saying the lecture, that is really important, but I think I'm lost with practice of magic. That is really important because you can never expect yourself to cash in just on the basis of a good speaker. No. Even the persons you see speaking so well in TED, it's not just that they're speaking so well, it's because they're the masters of their field. They have been researching into that area for a decade or even number of decades. Say, for example, Al Gore, he has been into that field since he was in college. Other person who comes and explain about the strings theory, he has his profession into that field and he has been doing so and dedicated his entire life for that field. He's passionate about it, and people can tell when you deliver the speech and want to impart the knowledge. It's not as simple that you read an article or just buzz in one or two ideas from internet or a book, highlight it and just say something. It's not that simple. Even you as a layman, even if you are not from that field in which the speaker is telling you the lecture, you can tell whether he's a pro or trying to fool you. It's as simple as that. The knowledge speaks up. Similar is the case with me. I think that I want my genre to be around magic. Even when I'm saying something, it has to do something about its impact in the culture, as an influence in the audience, and of course the history which I have covered in few of my lectures before. And until unless I am proficient into that art, this skill or habit of speaking is not going to work alone. It has to bring up together all the skills, braided into its best form, and compose something best out of it. And that is only possible when I'm in magic. And it needs practice, and it has to be done. And if there's a gap, I need to put in extra time and maybe forget a bit about the other distractions and need to focus myself more on my genre skill, key skill that you call it, so that when they see me, they say, okay, this is the guy from that field and no one can beat him. That should be quality, that should be the level of your learning from that field. At least there should be one key area. There can be many if you can handle it, but just try to be master of that field. Do that and you will relish it. You will flourish. And that's my promise. That's all from my side today. Over to you. Good luck.